My name is Jessie Williamson. I live in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Well, they're here today doing a complete replacement on my roof, and I had problems with my roof for, I don't know, several months. But I guess probably the most traumatic experience was on Christmas Eve. I was getting ready to have my family here, and we'd had bad weather, which we've had a lot of bad weather recently. And but I walked outside, and there were probably a dozen sheets of these shingles laying on the ground outside the back of my house. So I just, it worried the dickens out of me. So I came in and got online and tried to find somebody that had a lot of good recommendations as far as roof repairs, and I found Mr. Matlock's website, and I read the reviews, and so I called him. I really kind of felt bad about calling him on 8 o'clock on Christmas Eve morning, but he answered the phone, and I asked him if he could come later that week after Christmas, and I told him what had happened, and he sat there for a minute and said, "Give me 2 hours and I'll be there." He was out of town. He had already told me he was out of town with his family for Christmas. And but he came anyway from Brandon. He drove 2 hours and climbed on top of my roof on Christmas Eve and took those shingles up there and nailed them back up on my roof, which you just don't get customer service like that very often. So I knew that my roof stays were numbered. So, when the time came for me to make the decision to get the roof replaced, there was no question but that I would call him again, just because I trust him. And he's done, he did a great job for me. He's doing a good job. It looks great.